to talk a little bit about, real quick, some of the other mask designs we've seen out there, and I've talked about our construction technique and the materials and why our design is special. This is a mask that we've seen out there. It's a Sunbrella acrylic, waterproof material, and inside is something called Evolution. It's made by Kimberly-Clark, which used to make the Halyard one-step that we talked about using. This is a layered polypropylene. It's not a spun bond, but it's a layered and a fiber fill and a layer. It's 3 or 4 layers. It's very thick. We have a piece here in itself. It's very thick. The danger of this material, and it has some translucency, the danger of this is it's pretty durable. It's machine washable. It's mold and mildew, rot resistant, and in and of itself it's a good product. But it traps a substantial, it's got a very low delta flow rate. It's very dangerous. If you have a mask that has this material in it, you'll see, you look inside it, or if it's just a mask just made of this, like some people just slapping this together, and you'll see this is stitched right down the middle here, and not even put together in any kind of layered sense. But you trapping carbon dioxide in between your face and your mouth and your mask when you try to breathe through this. The delta values are terrible on this. One of the things I want to show you, if you look at the outside, we're going to put some water. This Sunbrella material is an excellent material. It's a marine canvas, very heavy, but you know, the water just beads up and flows right off of it. It's a very water. So with regard to penetration, well, what you'll see is you're going to see on the inside, you're going to start to see and develop right here on the seam. You'll see that this has got water in it. We're going to fill this up, and you'll simply begin to see, I can't do it here. You'll see right there at the bottom, you see these drips? Well, I can figure out how to do this without being a complete idiot. Let me try doing it this way. But you'll see, the water is coming right through that seam. So the fluid transmission or any barrier, and it's for a civilian perhaps, I don't know. This double layer, that's the problem with having a seam right down the middle of your mask. It's sewn together without the multiple layers that we integrate and alternate our layers. And you'll see this saturates very quickly. It's soaking wet already. So we have here this is I've seen a mask made just of this out there. A bunch of island nut jobs out there just throwing this together for $5. This is alchemy at its greatest. We have this even lower pressure than I was test on ours. You sit there and saturate it, and folks, it's going to soak right through. And when we go to fill this, you'll see what I mean about these stitching. See how the water just pours right through. Just pours right through. There is very little protection whatsoever in this mask. This mask is now saturated, fully saturated. It won't. Our mask holds liquid for 7 continuous days. This thing won't even hold water for 1 second. It has a very low delta rate. Your airflow, your ability to exhale the carbon dioxide. You're taking your life in your own hands when you buy these fool's gold from these alchemists, these science fiction characters, these cartoon superheroes that are nothing but fancy color graphics. You take your life in your hands. You place this on your children's face. You put them in jeopardy. If you attempt to use this in a high exposure area, you're simply asking for trouble. These things are ridiculous in their design, the concept, and their heart may be in the right place. I don't know. This thing is simply saturated and soaked already with just a little bit of water. It's all the way through, completely soaked. If you look at our mask system and our design, and we talk about the importance of not having this continuous seam up there, you see this thing just poured right through instantaneously. It's simply fool's gold. You must be extremely careful. And I just wanted to show this to you, demonstrate these various designs of people who have these things. They have good intentions, perhaps, try to do something right. They simply don't know what they're doing, don't understand the anatomy of a mask, the importance of the values and what it is they're trying to achieve. The filtration of this may be such that it protects you from a particulate. But again, a particulate is a solid, and any 6th grade earth science student is going to tell you a droplet of spit or a body fluid is a liquid. If this has a particulate value, well, that's fine. If you have allergies and a pollen bomb explodes in your face, you'll be safe. But that's the problem with this, with the people out there with these fools nonsense and a consumer that's simply uninformed. unfortunately, as the true meaning and the true purpose and the true value of a mask and what it does and what protections you have available to you and what those protections translate. And that was the purpose when we show you our droplet test. We blast it with water. Obviously, that's not scientific, and obviously it's 20 times more powerful than blood flow, but it's to show you moisture penetration, and that's what we're talking about, droplet penetration or body fluid transmission with the COVID-19. We're trying to prevent that. It simply leaks like a sieve, and it's impossible to breathe through, and you're trapping carbon dioxide. And somebody paid $5 for one of these nonsense things, and they've caused themselves to kill their brain cells with no protection, based on some alchemist fool's gold who jumped in and simply doesn't know what he's talking about, what he's doing. So you have to be very careful, please, when you're purchasing mask units, that you fully understand what you're buying, that you're buying from somebody who fully has researched the anatomy of a mask and its construction and the necessity for all of the values to be met, not just the 95, the big, you hear that number over and over. We are a world consumed with 184 characters or less. Just don't put your life in jeopardy over a keyword. Please be careful in what you buy and put on your children's face.